I'm going to take a look at singles first, and then we may go into some sealed. The reality of the whole entire market right now. There are plays out here that people are just brushing aside at every card show that you can potentially go to. For grading plays, if you start to look at the right things, you can hit some big winners. One of those big winners is the box topper from the Mega Evolutions booster box. In a PSA 10, it goes for $400 to $500 right now. And if you just find the box topper itself, the Bulbasaur, it's a $15 card. I'll show you right here. Near mint, $14 all day. It's down 5% on the 3-month, down 7% on the 1-month. You're telling me you can buy a $15 card, send it to PSA, and it comes back at 10. You've got $400 in your pocket, and people are still losing their minds over this. Or they're just not really caring because everybody else is telling them to go somewhere else. But look, Mega Evolutions, the box topper, the enhanced booster box. It was sitting at about $420 about a month ago. It had a dip last week, and this is what happens. Last week, it had a dip. Somebody bought 52 were bought out in one day, and it pumped it all the way back up to 250. You could have gotten this for 220, which is about $50 over your MSRP limit. And now hobby shops are selling it for 260. And I've been telling people, if you go back and watch my Mega Evolutions videos, and we're going to keep going through it and show you, you could have got a booster box for cheap. You can still get the stamp promos for cheap. And if you go to the card show this weekend with this on your short list, I'm not saying go out there and buy every single one blindly, but if you put this on your short list, it's a $15 card. You can have the opportunity to come back $400 richer if you work on finding the right one, work on making sure that it's sealed, work on making sure that it has no scratches. This is a play that not a lot of people see on their radar right now. Bulbasaur, $400 to $500. In a tag, it's $260. Maybe you just buy the tag and crack it and send it to PSA, and you're up another $150. There's plays out here for you to be made. CGC, it's $200. PSA, it's $450. So that's the difference. There's plays to be made out here if you're looking in the right places. Here's another one for you. The Psyduck promo from the blisters. With these bad boys, it's a $10 card. But if you find it in a PSA 10, you're looking at $450. Now, CGC, could there potentially, yes, and this one does have a swirl, could you potentially find this Psyduck in a CGC 10, crack it, and send it to PSA, and you're up $300 after the fees? Shout out to Pristine 10s going for more than PSA 10s, because that's how it should do. But you've got yourself an opportunity to make $200 to $300. So keep this one on your radar. There are people that don't want to waste the time in grade, and you can potentially find it for a good deal. You're going to like this next one. Everybody and their mother was losing their mind. And I'm sorry, I leave the Snorlax logo up there. I'll put it down. Haunter, $20. Everybody and their mother was losing their mind over Haunter in those battle decks. And here's your PSA 10 Haunter. It's just insane to see. You get a 9 at about $40. But your PSA 10, $750 for that. $215 for a Pristine. So people are trying. When it comes to decks, it's tough because the promos in the front, there's damage on shipping, there's damage on moving everything. People taking it out to hand it to you, there might be damage when that happens. These are hard cards to grade. So if you see a Haunter at some card show you go to this weekend, this might be your play to keep on your short list. GemRate, shout out to gemrate.com. If you take the time to go through it, you can find some good value depending on what you're looking at, what you're looking for to help you make decisions on what cards you might want to send to grade or buy. PSA, 80,000 cards right now. CGC, about 20K, down 10%. Beckett is still black label Beckett or bust. Tag is seeing increased growth, which is nice. Month to month, you got a lot of data here that you can go through. TCG is the number one, and then everything else kind of trickles in after that. Packs are typically not that big. But when you go through the Universal Pop reports, and you can, whether you grade it, go by year, or you want to hold data itself, the 2025 data out of Pokemon Mega Evolutions. And this is where it goes back to. Mega Lucario's at a 53%, Mega Gardevoir's at a 53%, Mega Venusaur's at a 60%, Marshadow's at a 60%. So then you go to something, here, we'll pull it up. We'll duplicate this tab right here and pull it up. When you see stuff like that, and then you go to the sets, the top chase Mega Gardevoir is a $200 card, but in PSA 10s it's about $350 to $400. Same thing with Mega Lucario. It's about a $160 card, and you're only getting about $200 in value. You really cut it, you call it $150 in value out of sending it $100 over Venusaur, because you have to take on the PSA fees. So are those cards the play that you see astronomical gains? Not necessarily. We'll scroll down and I'll help you. Bulbasaur, over 9,000 copies have tried to get a 10, and that's why you see it at a $500 valuation. The box topper is not very easy to grade. A lot of people are trying. 3,000 in the past month. Pretty much as many as Marshadow. Way more than Lucario and Gardevoir. It's people are trying. So you got to take that into consideration with your opportunities out here in the sets. Phantasmal Flames. Now, with Phantasmal Flames, the Mega Charizard, a lot of copies have gone to PSA, and it doesn't look like it's going to slow down right now. The question is, when you look at something like this, if you bring it to what Prismatic Evolutions has done. Prismatic Evolutions, the gem rate is on Umbreon is just around 35%. The total graded is about 14,000. I got to look at the True Pop report and see. I think that's correct. The opportunity for the full art Umbreon V is about 17,000. And then for the V Max is about 28,000. So that's really where you see. And then you're looking at, in a 10, you've got about 19,000 of them. So that's where you're looking at with it. Shout out to the ones. There's only 50. That's why people are starting to see a lot of PSA 1s start to carry some weight to it, because there's less PSA 1s than there is PSA 10s. So about 19,000 have been graded since 2021. And then you go for it. Charizard, where is it going to land? We'll find out, because Charizard in a 10 is around 2K right now from Phantasmal Flames. 1,800 it's calling for right there. Let's go take a look. In a PSA 10, where are you? In 1,900 now. Okay, so it's dipping a little bit below where it's been in the past. What do we got here? Around 1,950. 1,900. Okay, so it's a $1,900 card now. The gold Charizard, it's a little bit more expensive. I remember it having a lower gem rate. Let me see. Where are we? Phantasmal Flames. Phantasmal Flames. Yep, the Hyper Rare's got basically a 13% gem rate, 15% gem rate. That's why it's more expensive. So the gold card is tougher to grade. which is healthy for the hobby, especially with the opportunity for people loving to rip and loving to chase cards and trying to hit those needles in the haystack. That's the big one out of this set, the gold card. For now, maybe it'll change as it goes. And then we're moving into Ascended Heroes. Ascended Heroes, off the bat, people that have the eye for the cards rip open tons. And 75% gem rate basically on the Mega Gengar. That's going to be interesting to see where it falls. Just for the fact that the top chases already. Dragonite sold for over 4K. Gengar sold for 4,500. There's some very expensive ones out there. If somebody has a CTC percent pristine 10 Gengar, buy it now for 12K. That's interesting. What are we looking at here? Ascended Heroes pristine Gengar is 3,600. 3,400 for a PSA 10. So it's coming down. 4,700 was the first sale on it, and now it's coming into the range of 3,200, 3,300. So that's healthier for the hobby. Shout out to everybody that did end up getting an Ascended Heroes ETB and trying their best to rip and get any product out there is tough right now. No two ways about it. Ascended Heroes, I haven't done my update video truly yet. I'm going to soon. We're looking at Ascended Heroes at a range right now of about, it says 120. Let's double check. Is it into the 110 range? No, it's still 120. 120 is now the market for the Ascended Heroes ETBs. So people were getting mad that GameStop was selling them for 100, but if you bought them from GameStop right now, you have the opportunity to flip them for an extra $20. The Pokemon Center ETBs on the secondary market, where people were trying to buy them for 200. Some people, I think 250 if you have one and you want to sell it, is pretty fair actually. Hey, it's Pat's Projects. Hit that like button. Comment down below what your thoughts are. Comment real ones so I know if you made it all the way to the end of this video. Any thoughts you have, feel free to put them down. It doesn't even have to be a thought on this video. Just what's your mind pondering right now in the Pokemon space? That's always a good vibe to talk about in the comment section. You know me. I'll answer every single comment. The last 16 years I've commented on every single one of my comments, whether it was YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram. I've been going hard. Can't thank y'all enough. We're almost pushing. I've got 8 days left in February, and we are closing in on 700 subs on YouTube. So if you listen to the end, can't thank y'all enough. You're the real ones out there. Until next time, everyone, Pat out.